All about, set the scene for us.
Okay, well, I guess it's the first ever Hooligan spoof movie, and you know, it's a lot of fun, and and I guess go see it because it's make you laugh.
Look, we wanted to make this film because we're fans of the genre. There'd been done a lot, and we wanted to almost sort of reinvent the wheel and get people excited about it again and give it a new twist, and that's what this boy come up with. So,
of course, I mean, a lot of your mates kind of this is their bread and butter. Were you nervous about sending up anyone in particular? Are there specific references to other films that you were a bit kind of on the edge about?
was we nervous?
No, not really. I don't think it's about being nervous. I think because we know a lot of the people that were, you know, that do these films and love these films, and we were in these films, and we made it because we love these films, you know. And I don't think you can make a film like this unless you loved it. So we weren't nervous at all going into it because the fans are going to love it. You know, the people involved are going to love it. Everyone's going to love it. It's a homage. It's not a piss take. It's satire, you know, and it's a homage to those films.
Yeah, it's almost like we came from a good place. It's almost like a celebration of the genre. What I'd love to think is that fans who love the original films are going to be in the cinemas, cackling along and enjoying reliving those moments, but just with a funny twist on it.
What's coming up next for you, Jason?
Well, we're working on other stuff all the time, so if people want more, then you've got to give people what they want.
That's it.
But yeah, and then there's a BBC comedy that I'm not really allowed to say too much about, and this man, you might see him in Mrs. Brown's. So
yeah, Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movie coming out soon, but I'm not here to talk about that. So, but big up Brendan O'Carroll, big up all those people. So, thank you.
My character's called Old Bill, and he's an undercover policeman, and he fits into the Hooligan factory, and he's not very good at being undercover, and they're not very good at spotting that he's an undercover policeman. So there's just lots of humour comes out of that situation.
Of course, I mean, the film is parodying a genre which is increasingly popular and loved. Do you think fans are going to get a lot of in-jokes, a lot of references there to other films they might already be familiar with?
Yeah, I mean, fans of those movies will be fans of this movie, really, basically. It's a genre all of its own, really, isn't it? Like kind of football hooligan films, and people enjoy those, they're bound to enjoy this one. What type of comedy? Well, it's a spoof, a parody on all those, you know, The Firm and Football Factory and all that sort of stuff. It's in the same vein as that kind of film, but we take the piss out of it.
Of course, you're working with a lot of familiar faces for fans. Can you talk about that experience, and was it hard keeping a straight face on set?
No, I'm quite good at that, actually. I'm quite good at the straight face thing, but no, we had a great time. Very difficult, very cold, unlike tonight. It was very cold, and but a great bunch. Really enjoyed working with everybody. It was really great. Great sporting artists as well. They're every day in the cold and the snow. So it was a really pleasant shoot to do.
What's coming up next for you?
Nothing. Nothing.
What are you hoping audiences take away from this one?
A laugh. They're not going to take much else away from it. They're going to enjoy it for what it is. Then that's going to be fine. I'll be happy with that. It's good.
Looking forward to the screening?
I really, really am, because I've not seen the film. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I know they've done an amazing job, and I know a lot of people I know who I respect have found the film very funny. So hopefully they ain't wrong.
Of course, your next project's quite an interesting one. I think it's Breakdown. It's a bit of a violent one. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
It is. It's uber violent, but for the right reasons. It's about a contract killer who decides to leave the firm that he works for, and the guys who run it come after him and his family. But it's a beautiful film. I'm really, really proud of it. My son, Luke Fairbrass, produced it. And it is looking stunning. We're in the edit now, and we'll have a trailer very shortly.
Obviously, there's a lot of debate about violence on screen and whether or not it has a positive or a negative impact on audiences. I mean, what do you think separates this from the bad violence that we see in cinema?
Well, you know what you say about that, but I don't know. As long as you don't take it seriously, and you know it's in a film. You know what I mean? You watch these big American action movies, and they're really, really violent. But do you know what I'm trying to say? It's I've never really took it seriously. You know.
You talk about this film being uber violent. What kind of stuff is in there?
It's more along the style of Foot Soldier. It's that dark, horrible, because it's real. It's a real story. So we've tried to make it real and gritty and believable, you know, as opposed to fluffy and soft.
Of course, I mean, this film tonight sort of sends up that genre. Do you think it's kind of ripe for parody? Do you think there's a lot of in-jokes that fans are going to get?
I'm so proud to be a part of it. I know they're ripping off Foot Soldier, Green Street, The Business and all that stuff. I mean, the scene that I did, me, Tama and Danny, I've not seen it, but everybody said they laughed and they found it enjoyable. So just to be a part of that, I was happy to take the piss out of myself.
What else is coming up for you at the moment? Anything else on your plate?
We're in pre-production at the moment on a very, very secret film. As soon as we get the green light, I'll let you know.
Jason contacted me directly and said, I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have a live performance before a movie, and we're going to broadcast that live performance to 60 cinemas, and the movie starts on the same time. I said, wow, that sounds so ambitious. Why are you calling me? And he said, well, you are the live performance. Dapper's going to host, you're going to headline, and we're going to do stand-up in a cinema. I have no idea what it's going to be like, where everyone's sat back in those relaxed seats. It could be awful. I've been told not to use the C word, but I may well make one of myself.
You've been putting a lot of time and effort into the set for tonight. Have you got stuff in mind?
Not really, no. It's sort of home territory for me, Britishness, violence, culture, that sort of thing. I'm on home ground, as it were. It's a home game, yes, let's go mental.
You're a fan of kind of hooligan films, the genre? Is it something that you enjoy watching in your free time?
Yeah, if I'm onto it, it's the type of movie I would watch, whether it's American, gangster type thing. Men like me that have no masculinity whatsoever, we like to watch Braveheart, Goodfellas, Football Factory, Sexy Beast. That's what we watch, just so we can feel like men for 90 minutes.
And apart from watching films to feel manly, what have you got coming up in 2014? What with the rest of the year, what have you got planned?
They've extended the Smallness tour. So I'm taking that back up to Edinburgh. I've got about 3 pilots in the pipeline, but we're waiting to see what happens with BBC 3, and then who knows? I'm trying to grow up a bit and make myself look a bit older because, BBC 2, got to wear a suit.
People who haven't caught the smallest tour yet, what can they expect from that, from the extra day?
Girls are going behind me now. Jesus Christ. What?
For people who haven't caught the smallest tour yet, what can they expect from that? That's obviously been extended.
It's very much an exploration of this aspect of British culture. We're either very introverted, small and posh, or let's go fucking mental, we don't really have an in-between gear. We're very unique like that. Well, I suppose Japanese culture's like it, so I analyse that. And it's very funny, I talk about sex lives and hooliganism, everything in that show.
That sounds fantastic. We're going to let you enjoy yourself tonight, and best of luck with the set.
Thank you very much.
Well, I joined an agency, aka a drama class, and that's how I got started off.
Tell us a bit about your character. Where does he fit into the movie?
Well, I'm a hard nut, but I've got a bit of a soft side. There you go.
Was there a lot of acting involved, or are you a bit of a hard nut in real life?
Yeah, a lot of acting. Well, kinda, yeah.
Okay, he's in it.
Did you get tips from any of the other guys on set about how to be a hard man?
No, I think I gave them tips.
What kind of tips were you giving them?
Be more hooliganish, if that's a word.
How do you be more hooliganish? If people are watching this and they want to be hooligan, how are they hooligan?
And you're just going to have a cackle.
Be crazy. Be more crazy. There you go. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you got to do for this film?
And have a good time. Yeah, on the side.
Probably kill someone or something. Yeah.
Do you think you're going to do more of this? Are you going to be an actor then? Is that your future?
Yeah, I definitely want to be a professional actor when I'm older.
Final question, have you got a message to fans why they should be going to watch this film in the cinema?
Enjoy it. Really enjoy it. It's so funny.